On this episode, we talk about sources of traffic for your e-commerce store, data processing for marketing agencies, and conversion rates. Hey everybody, welcome to episode 63 of the AskEngine show. That was super high-pitched. It's a good day. So it's Monday. You're watching this on Tuesday. Good start to a week. We've got a very exciting week. Blake and I are going to be in Conway tomorrow for a presentation, and then we're going to Des Moines, Iowa this weekend for the Young Entrepreneur Convention with Brandon Adams. So super excited about that. We will see you there hopefully. We've got 3 questions today.
Yep, 3.
So let's jump into them.
First one from Cora. Generally, what should I do to drive customers to my e-commerce store? And that's a very wide question.
All of the things.
Yeah. There's a lot of things you can do.
Let's focus on 2. So
okay.
You pick one and I'll pick one.
Okay.
You go first.
I will say organic search traffic. That is one way of driving customers to your store. That takes a long time, but it can be a slow burn that you can build up a foundational base over time. To do that, though, you need to be producing awesome content, getting inbound links, and then making sure your internal site structure is properly set up and that you're linking from your own content to your own content. Over time, you'll start to build up a niche of direct organic traffic that will eventually turn into customers.
Cool. And I'll go the exact opposite, paid media. So using paid media to drive sales for e-commerce is going to be one of the fastest ways that you'll either run out of money or you'll build a really big company. So I would focus on, in the beginning, if you're a direct-to-consumer company that is in an affinity space, so if you're in apparel, fashion, things of that nature, gadgets, I would really focus on leveraging influencers. It's the fastest way to build relevancy. It's the fastest way to grow a company. And I would leverage influencers that will work with you on a performance basis. So instead of going to an influencer and giving them $1,000, maybe start with product exchange. Maybe start with a affiliate system. Figure out how, if you're strapped for cash, figure out a way for you to be able to grow and them share in the risk. It's just about effort at that point. When you're growing a company, especially an e-commerce company, you're going to be sleeping 4 hours a day and you're going to be working the rest of the time. And you need to commit to that and understand that if you don't have money, it's going to be a lot more hand-to-hand combat communication and just do it again and again and again and again.
Perfect. Q2, what type of data processing should a small marketing agency use? So I'm going to assume here that they're talking about kind of like a CRM or a portal for keeping track of leads, current projects, all that kind of stuff.
And I'll take it the marketing route. So
Insightly is a really good one. That's like cheap, very cheap, easy to get into, easy to use. Another CRM. Insightly.
Okay.
Yep. Another really good one is Pipedrive. That one's a little heavier on the price, but it's a very good, full-featured kind of sales funnel, CRM, project status updating platform. Yeah.
Boomerang for Gmail is a great way. It's not data analytics, but it's a great way to get data on open rates, things like that. Proposify is another document creation service that allows you to see what people are consuming from the proposals you send out. From the marketing side, so if you're doing data processing for clients, building spreadsheets internally, V1 of that is Google Sheets. Coming from that, you can use Report Garden is a good source. RevealBot is a good source that you can use.
What about Airtable? Have you used Airtable at all?
I've not used Airtable.
I've heard really good stuff about it.
Does it pull directly in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've never heard any people actually using it in the wild. Only people saying I used it for a 14-day free trial and it was awesome. Yeah. And then I never hear I'm using it in action.
Yeah. So I love Report Garden just because it's going to send a daily report correlated by the metrics that you want to see. It'll email that to you. You can create a dashboard and it'll email it to your clients. I really like that. And then using whatever advertising platform you're using their internal reporting system is important as well.
Sweet. Final question for today. This person wants to get a realistic conversion rate for funnels so they can price their e-com products appropriately. So can we help them out and give us some insight there on how to price this funnel?
So the first thing I'll lead with this is your profitability is not your customer's problem, it's yours. So if you're if you think that because you're not going to convert at a certain rate, you need to increase your prices. If you're pricing yourself out, then out of competition, then it doesn't matter. Pricing is a very sweet science. That being said, so rough conversion rates for e-commerce, you want to have at least a 2% conversion rate for your website. I would say you want to have roughly 20 to 30% of the people who hit your website taking an action on that website, either view content or add to cart. Your abandoned cart rate, industry standard is 68%. You should be able to claim back about 20% of that over a 60-day time period. What else? There's so many benchmarks based on the industry that you're in, what your price point is, what kind of volume of traffic you're sending. There's a lot of data here.
Well, and then quality of traffic too. Like we can give you all the numbers possible, but if you're funneling in just trash traffic all the time, your funnel's going to leak everywhere, and it's going to be really hard to run this model off of it.
Trash traffic.
Yeah,
exactly. So, if you see this, I'd like to have a follow-up here. So what specifically are you selling? Is it a single funnel? Is it an e-commerce? What are you doing? We can give you industry metrics there a little bit better. If it's online course creation, people showing up, you're going to have basically fall-off points. So if you're running a webinar to a sales call to a second sales call close, webinar, you're going to have about 20% of the people fall off from when they schedule the webinar to actually showing up. People that are going to be scheduling a call after the webinar, you want to be at least 50%. And then from call 1 to call 2, you need a 20% closing ratio. So there's another.
Yeah.
It all depends on the type of what you're selling, what industry you're in. There's a lot of extracurricular questions that go into that one. So when you see this, because we're going to post it on your question in Reddit, we'll comment back and we'll answer it further. Question of the day. What do you think about Reddit's new layout? If you're on desktop, does it look different on mobile now?
No,
it looks the same on mobile?
Yeah.
So if you're on desktop, Reddit changed. That's why I've been apparently salty against Reddit, thanks to Joe, because they changed the UX and I didn't like it, so I just went to Quora. So what do y'all think about it? Would love to know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank y'all for watching, and we will talk to you tomorrow.